we are learning about study of weather. In the previous class we have learned about the pressure belts of the world, and also we have learned about various elements of weather, okay, like humidity, condensation, precipitation, the rainfall. These are all the things what we have learned in the previous class, okay. Today we are going to learn about wind, okay. What is wind? Wind is the motion of air, okay. It is the horizontal movement of the air. We call it as wind, okay. When we see wind, the wind direction is permanent, it is constant, okay. For wind we have both direction and strength. So the direction of wind is determined by Farrah's law, okay. Here we will see today different kinds of winds, okay. When we see winds are classified in the different, okay. The first one is planetary winds, then periodical winds, then also there are different other kinds of winds, okay, like local winds, okay. And when we talk about planetary winds, the planetary winds can be classified into three again. The first one is trade winds, the second one is prevailing winds, and the third one is polar winds, okay. These are the three classification of planetary winds. And when we see trade winds, the first classification of planetary wind is trade wind, okay. When we call this trade wind is otherwise known as northeast tropical wind, okay, northeast tropical wind. Why we call it as northeast tropical wind? Because this wind flows from the northeastern part of the tropical region from both the hemisphere of the earth, okay. And when we talk about direction, in which direction this trade wind blows, okay. The trade wind blows from the host latitude of subtropical high pressure region to the doldrum. Doldrum means it is low pressure equatorial region, okay. This is the equatorial region and this is the subtropical region. So the wind blows from the 30° east northeast and 30° southeast towards the equator. So this area is called host latitude, okay, and it is the high pressure region, okay. So the wind that blows from the high tropical high pressure region to the low pressure region towards the equatorial region, okay, or else we can say from host latitude to doldrum, okay. Did you understand, children? And the next thing, when we see the trade winds are it has strength and direction, okay. It blows in a particular direction. That's what we have seen. It blows from the tropical region, from the host latitude to doldrum, okay. And here it blows towards the equator from the northern and southern hemisphere, 30° of northern and southern hemisphere towards the equator. And when we see this wind that blows from sea to the lands, when the wind that blows from the sea to the land, it carries moisture, okay. Since it has moisture, it causes rainfall. So the trade wind causes rainfall because of the wind blows that from the sea to the land, which carries the moisture. The next wind that we are going to see is westerly wind, okay, prevailing wind, or it is otherwise known as prevailing westerly wind. Did you understand? And the next wind we are going to learn is prevailing winds, okay, prevailing winds that blow from the southwest direction to the northwest direction, okay. And in the northern hemisphere from 30° to 60° in the north and southern hemisphere. When we see this wind, the prevailing wind, it is not constant in strength and direction. The strength and direction it varies based on the blow of the wind. Okay, when we see the blow of the wind, it blows from the shore to the land. Okay, it blows from the sea to the shore, and it causes rainfall in the northwest hemisphere, in the northwest direction. Okay, that's why we call this wind as the prevailing wind. And the next wind when we see it is polar wind. Okay, when we classified in the previous class, we have learned that the earth is classified into 3 pressure belt. Okay, so it is equatorial low pressure belt, then subtropical high pressure belt, then the subpolar low pressure belt, and the polar high pressure belt. The next wind is from polar high pressure belt. Okay, so the wind that blows from the polar high pressure belt to the subtropical low pressure belt is called polar wind. Okay, when we see this wind, the direction is constant. Okay, when we see this direction, it is from the 30 degree to 60 degree in the north. Okay, it blows from the northern pole and the southern pole towards the subtropical region. Okay, and it blows, when it blows, it carries moisture and it causes rainfall. And another wind is called the periodical winds. Okay, the periodical wind that comes due to the periods, it is based on the season. Okay, when we see this periodical wind, the periodical wind is classified into 2. One is land breeze and other one is monsoon wind. Okay, land and sea breeze. Okay, this land and sea breeze, it comes based on the means it prevail only due to certain period of time. It may be prevailing 1 hour or 2 hours. But what about this monsoon winds? Monsoon winds, it prevail more than 6 months. Okay, so it is based on the period. It will not change. Because of this periodical wind only, we are getting periodical, the monsoon rainfall on the earth. Okay, in different parts of the world. And other one is variables. Why we call this wind as variables? Because this wind varies based on the direction, and the constant is different and the strength also different. That's why we call this wind as variables. Okay, it causes this wind, variable winds causes cyclones and anticyclones. Okay, it causes cyclone and anticyclone. Other one is local wind. Okay, the local wind also causes 2 kinds of effect. One is warm wind and another one is cold wind. Okay, when we see some of the warm winds, okay, that also causes the rainfall. Warm, because of the warm and humidity, it causes rainfall, and also the cold wind also it causes rainfall. And the next thing is cloud cover and distance. Okay, cloud cover. When we see cloud cover, in the previous class we have seen the cloud cover and sunshine also determine the weather. How this cloud cover and sunshine determine the weather? For example, when we see cloud cover, the cloud cover is useful in 2 ways. Okay, it avoids the direct rays of the sun, so it reduces the radiation that comes from the sun towards the surface of the earth. Okay, it also helps the earth to protect it from the ultra rays, the effect of the ultra rays violence. When we see this cloud cover, whenever the cloud cover is there, the climate, the day will be warmer. Okay, when the day is warmer, it may cause rainfall. Okay, the day is warmer than the night. Some of the clouds may cause rainfall. And how this rainfall caused? Because of the evaporation that occurs on the earth from different water bodies. Okay, and when we see sunshine also it's determined. It also one of the elements of weather. Okay, how much the sun shine is there. Okay, when the sunshine increases, the evaporation occurs more. So there will be more possibility for the rainfall. Okay, children, today we have learned about the wind and wind direction. Okay, and we are also have learned about the different kinds of winds. What are the different kinds of winds we have learned? The first one is planetary wind, and the second one is periodical wind, and the third one is local winds, and also we have learned about variables. Okay, and again what we have learned about the cloud cover and sunshine. Okay, and in classification of planetary winds, it is classified into three. The first one is trade winds, the second one is prevailing westerlies, and the third one is polar winds. So children, this will be your portion for your class test in the next week. So prepare well and study well. Now take your book, we will mark few questions. Turn your book to page number 43. Exercise A, first one. You can underline the word condensation and write evaporation. Underline the word condensation and write evaporation. Second one, underline the word cyclonic and write conventional. Conventional. Third one, underline the word heavy rainfall and write little rainfall. Okay. So the first one is false, second one is also false, third one also false, fourth and fifth one is true. And come to the B section, first one, latitude, altitude, distance from sea, wind and cloud cover. Okay, ocean current is given in the book. Okay, and the second one is wind and current. Third one, water vapor. Fourth one, prevailing winds. Fifth one, octaves. Section C, page number 34, first one. Second one also 34. Third one, page 36. Fourth one, page 38. Third one is page 36 and 43, right? Okay. And fourth one, 38. Fifth one, 41. Section D, first one, page 34. Second one, page 38. Third one also page 38. Fourth one, page 40. Fifth one also page 40. Then turn your book to the next page, page number 44. G section, first one. It is an aspect. It is an aspect. Second question. Side A is likely to have houses as the sun rays are vertical here. Second point, it will have a warm climate conducive for plant growth. Okay, if you have written, then turn your book to page number 34. Under the subheading weather and climate, fourth line onwards, fourth line middle, weather refers to D1. From there till 10th line, talking about the weather. Okay, there you can close D1. And again in the next paragraph, from the beginning till the fifth line middle, you can mark for D1. D1. And in the same second paragraph, under the subheading weather and climate, second paragraph, last line, the elements that determine. From there till the end of the para, you can mark for C1. C1. Then elements of weather, under the subheading elements of weather, fourth line till the end, C2. Temperature depends on following factors. Okay, C2. Then after marking, move to page number 36. Under the subheading atmospheric pressure, sixth line, from sixth line till the end of the para, you can mark for C3. C3. And at the bottom you can put C3 and write little more need to be written. Okay. Temperature controls the amount of water vapor in the air. Temperature controls the amount of water vapor in the air. Second point, a rise in temperature causes more evaporation while a fall in temperature results in condensation. Okay. After writing, you can turn your book to page 38. Under the subheading condensation fully you can mark for D2. D2. After marking, there is at the bottom of page number 38, there are 5 columns are given like rain, drizzle, snow, sleet and hail. Fully you can mark for C4. C4. After marking, come to the subheading rainfall. Under the subheading rainfall, conventional rainfall, fully you can mark for D3. Conventional rainfall, fully you can mark for D3. After marking, move to page 40. Under the subheading planetary wind, fully you can mark for D4. After marking, come to the subheading trade winds. Trade wind, first 3 lines you can mark for D4. After marking, come to the next subheading prevailing westerlies. From the beginning till the 10th line, they bring rainfall is there. Till that you can mark for D4. D4. After marking, move to page number 41 under the subheading local winds. Local winds, fully you can mark for D5. D5. After marking, come to the subheading cloud cover sunshine. Second paragraph, fully you can mark for C5. C5. So children, this is your portion for next week. Study and prepare for the exam well. By the time you also prepare worksheets. Okay, read thoroughly again and again so that you will get more understanding and you will be remembering the things which you have learned. Okay, and at the back of the lesson we have the important terms and points to remember. Okay, that to be learned and memorized. The points need to be remembered is to be learned. Okay, it will helpful to you. Okay, children, here we end the class. We will meet again with the next lesson in the next class. Till then, take care. Thank you. Thank you, children.